Hello and welcome back to another spectacular chess miniature. This game is so perfect that in the end one of the players had a way to checkmate the other player in 20 different ways. A truly brilliant miniature, and again in Sicilian Fischer Sozin attack against Sicilian defense, so you will truly enjoy it. One of the greatest games played by a little less famous players from Finland. White was Eero Hintikka and black was Timo Juhani Pirtimaki playing as black pieces, but nevertheless that these people are less famous, the game is one of a kind and you will truly enjoy it. So without further ado, we will go straight into the game. The game opened e4 for white. We have c5 Sicilian, knight to f3 and d6 played for black, d4, c takes on d4, knight takes on d4 and knight to f6 played for black. We have knight to c3 and knight to c6 here played for black as well. Now threatening to take this knight and also putting pressure on this knight. We have bishop c4 for white, so-called Fischer Sozin attack. e6 is played for black. Black wants to do that in order to stop any kind of threats against this f7 pawn, which is often a target in Fischer Sozin attack. White continues his development with bishop e3, and we have a6 on the board with the idea to push for b5. We have f4 for white. White continues with his main idea. We have queen to c7 for black and bishop b3 as sort of prophylaxis move against b5 and maybe against picking up this knight here. You want to keep your bishop safe. We have knight to a5. Black aims to get rid of this white bishop that can be dangerous in Fischer Sozin attack because white wants to castle and immediately go for f4 and then target this f7 pawn. We have queen to f3. This bishop will fall. Sorry, we have queen to f3, we have b5 here played for black firstly, and now we have e5 on the board played for white. White wants to create instability in the position. Now, because this is actually not the strongest move. The strongest move was actually after b5 was to actually castle. But e5 is not the best because now your king is still in the center. You still haven't castled your king and it is still premature to push for e5. Also, e5 weakens this diagonal, which black sees and immediately plays a bishop to b7. After queen to g3, game continued with knight picking up on b3, a picking up on b3, and we have knight to h5 attacking this queen. Queen goes on g4, and right now, because this knight is attacked, black plays g6 defending it. We have finally castle for white, and we have b4 on the board for black. Black now attacks this knight, pressures it, and also wants to go for this pawn later if possible. We have knight to a4. For now, this pawn is defended. Knight retreats to g7 for black, and we have rook a to e1, grabbing the semi-open file for this white rook. Knight f5. Black wants to offer this trade. In case knight takes on f5, g takes on f5 is the idea, and black wants to open up his g file and then get ready to attack. Of course, white see this and he doesn't want to go for that. We have sorry about that. We have knight to f5. We have e picking up on d6 firstly. Bishop picks up on d6, and now we have knight picking up on a5. White still decided to pick up this knight because he probably thought that this attack is not that because he probably thought that black doesn't have enough resources because his king is still in the center and his king also can be exposed. Castling long would not be a possibility because of bishop b6, an immediate attack here, an immediate skewer. So he thought that why not g takes on f5. Black simply doesn't have enough pieces, but this is position is slightly better for black, but still playable right now. We have queen to h3 and we have queen to c2. Yes, white give up a pawn and now aims to maybe pressure this pawn here on g2. White continues with the bishop to d4, which is a mistake. Although the position is getting more and more difficult, the best was queen to g3, actually giving up this pawn, and after queen takes on b3, at least by computer calculation, is to play queen to g7, and after rook to f8, now to play knight to c5, and the position is still holdable. White has some compensation for this two lost pawns. But unfortunately, after bishop to d4, white is practically forcing black to play the best moves, and he plays, of course, easily the best move, rook to g8. It's easy to find your rook is attacked and you want to put it on the open file, and now this pawn is hanging. White now immediately blocks with rook to f2, but queen to c6 is played. Still, this pawn is under pressure, so white has to be careful. We have bishop to e3 here played for white, and we have a rook to d8, bringing another piece into the attack for black. A rook goes on c1, now attacking this queen. Queen goes on e4. For now, black still doesn't want to trade queens. We have rook to c4 attacking this queen, and now we have queen to d3 for black. Again, continued with rook to d4. And right now we have queen picks up on b3 here for black. This is a perfectly fine move. Computer actually suggests a slightly stronger move with queen to b1, and now after rook to f1 to go bishop picking up on g2, and after rook picks up on b1, bishop picks up on h3 with a check, king to f2, rook g2 check, king goes on f3, and after rook picks up on h2, 3-pawn advantage for black and completely lost endgame. Computer suggestion was that, but it's good that black in this game didn't follow computer suggestion and he played queen picking up on b3. Now a desperation move. Black is his position is in complete ruins and he doesn't know what to do, and he plays a knight to c5 here, giving up this knight here. And after bishop picks up on c5, he played queen picks up on h7, missing the tactic and hoping that after, let's say, rook to f8 or something like this, he will have some compensation with rook to d8 and stuff like that, which would be a horrible miss. If rook to f8 was played, this would be a horrible miss and the position would be equal. Now after queen picks up on h7, black sees an amazing tactic. You can pause the video and find the solution for yourself if you want. If not, of course, I will show you. The solution of this tactic for black is queen to d1 check. With this check, now black is forced to pick up this queen. If you go rook to f1, then rook picks up on g2 check, and after king goes on h1, queen picks up on f1 is a checkmate, so you don't want to do that. After queen to d1, rook takes on d1 is the only move. We have rook picking up on d1 check. We have rook f1 blocking this. We have rook picks up on g2 with a check, and according to the database the last move was king to h1, but I believe that after rook to g2 check, I believe white he resigned because there is no way of stopping the checkmate, and there is actually 20 ways to checkmate this white king. So the only move for this white king is to go on h1, and now you have firstly you can mate with rook to g3, you can mate with rook to g4, g5, g6, g7 and g8. You can also mate with rook to f2, for example. And after king goes on g1, we have rook d picks up on f1 check, checkmate. You can also mate with going with your rook somewhere else. Let's say you pick up rook picks up on with rook picks up on d2 with a check. Again the same, king to g1, and now you can even checkmate with bishop to e3, checkmate in 2 moves. After rook, let's go back and let's see right now. Let me just see. So king to h1. Let's see what else is there. So rook f1, of course, is a possibility, and after bishop g1, either one of these rooks checkmate. But you can also move your rook, for example, to g3 or something like this, and this is a checkmate. So a million ways to checkmate this king, thanks to the power of this brilliant diagonals and these brilliant pins, because this rook is also pin on f1 and he cannot block checks. It's a double check and it's a spectacular way of finishing a game. One of the previous games I saw just shows you the power of the bishop pair and how files and diagonals, open files and diagonals work perfect in symmetry, rooks and bishops when you have these positions. One of the most satisfying tactics in chess, in my opinion, when you have a rook picking up on g2 and opponent's king, for example, is under pin and is under pressure. So this is one of the most satisfying tactics. I really hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, please make sure to leave a comment, like and share this video with other people who enjoy chess. And if you want to improve at chess and you're serious about it, there is a chess community I'm a part of, and I want you to check it out in the link of the description in this video. You will not regret it. It's completely free. Check it out, and if you want, you can join. If not, that's perfectly fine. But if you're serious about chess, I will definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a pleasant day. Bye bye.